Hello, and thank you for listening in. The fact that you're able to take a time to watch this video. I want to introduce you to a transformative solution that we've been working on for the last 6 months. That is basically tailored for healthcare facilities, basically in East Africa. And as you know, managing a hospital efficiently is one of the biggest challenges faced today, especially if you're using outdated systems, which are and fragmented processes. But here, we are here to present to you a comprehensive solution that is going to solve all the problems that you're facing currently. So um, seeing the healthcare problems all over the major facilities, we happen to work on a big hospital management system. So basically, I'm going to take you through the hospital management systems, but let me give you some of the like let me give you a simple introduction about the system. So this system, one is fully online, meaning you just need a computer and a laptop and an internet connection. So this can be accessed everywhere, anywhere. And the second part is the system will host it on your domain, providing you with professional branded experience for your hospital or clinic or pharmacy. That is number two. Then basically the core modules in this system, we have the point of sale and pharmacy. So our point of sale system ensures fast billing for prescriptions and other services. Also, the pharmacy module tracks the inventory. Also, it integrates itself with the hospital medication dispensing. Uh, so it ensures that every transaction about drug management is recorded. Then another thing that we have is case management. Uh, this is basically, it manages, it's easy. There is no much here and there. The case management, it is easy, very, very easy. So even someone who hasn't been using a computer can actually just click here and feed in the information that is required, and you're good to go, as you can see on my screen. So we have patient management. So we take up patient records, medical history, and all the things are put in one place. For each case, or for a patient, you find he has his own dashboard. The patient, you can open and you see how he has been treated, which drugs he has been using the most. So he has his dashboard. Each patient has his own dashboard. So it also has the insurance. So the insurance system works like, let me say your hospital is near a school, and a certain school comes and tells you, we'll always send here our students, but we want you to bill us at the end of the month, or like the way Jubilee insurance and stuff like that. So you can also be able to track those insurance records. So I'll take you through the insurance. It's also very easy, Ugandan in a Ugandan language. So we are trying to make sure that this is easy to understand. You don't have to really study computer what to use this system. So it also has requisition and an inventory. So you can request for funds, you can request for items from the store, and all that go through a process. Let me say you have a store manager and you have the admin. So you have to make a request and send it to the admin. Then after the admin approves, it goes to the store manager. The store manager approves and comes back to you, and you think has been approved. Then you go for that product to be given to you from the store. So, and another thing here is the best, is the best part of the system. There is no, we are not looking for upfront costs. You only actually pay that one-time setup fee, which is very, very little, and then we give you 3 months of usage. So you don't have to first pay us for you to be able to use this system. You can just pay that setup fee. It's very little, it's not a lot. It's just for buying your domain, because this is we deploy this system on your domain, so it's for buying your domain and your small space where you will put your system. Is very little money. It's not a lot of money. Then after 3 months we'll sit down and decide on how many employees you have. Then we can give you, still you'll be paying monthly very small money. It's not a lot really. So basically, what we are trying to do, we understand the struggles that many hospitals in Uganda face with inefficient management systems. Our solution basically is built to address these issues by reducing paperwork, eliminating data loss, and better insights into the hospital operations. So another thing that we are trying to solve is the concerns of managing sensitive patient data. Our system is secure, ensuring your data is backed up and only accessible by the authorized personnel. So let me go through without really taking a lot of time. I would like to show you how this system can actually work and works. So let me start with the case management. So here I have a case management. So when a patient comes in, you just there is click new case, and now we have two types of cases. So one is if the patient actually exists, you can just type, let me say, the name. You can type the name, then this patient comes, you just click, and maybe if they have some certain symptoms, you just click around. Maybe if they have, you can leave this, because this is basically for triage, and most of the patients fall on what? Fall on the receptionist, on the reception. So the reception basically is not a doctor most of the time. So if he or she is a doctor, they are not really going to take a lot of information unless you're not a patient. That means I have to add you as a patient and actually create something. Actually, let me start from here. Let me take this. Let me say I have these symptoms, and let me say uh, let me put maybe like let me type this and see. Now you see these people who have read, that means they are on an insurance scheme. You can see them the way I typed this. So if I type Morie, so you can see this person is in red, and that means they are on an insurance scheme. So let me take this on. So here, this is a local, it's still in development. I'm just doing it, it's in development mode, but any of the errors you see, they are not there in the deployed version of the system. So I'll just create a patient quick, and as you can see, I have this person, Muruye. These are the symptoms that are here, and it's on me. So this is the reception that has come in. So let me say, I'm going to give you an example. Let me say now this is a doctor, is in maybe room, let me say doctor's room 1, and we are going to have to add this doctor to be on premises. So this is the file I have. So I'm just going to have to do this. So this is my dashboard. One, I can request for ambulance, I record birth, I record death, I prescribe drugs, I do laboratory tests, I do a diagnosis on this is basically for the doctors, this is for the labs, and actually this is also for the doctor, because the doctor just prescribed drugs and he sends this case to to the to the pharmacy where they can dispense of the drugs. So if I'm a doctor, let me say one, I'll just maybe take up a doctor's consultation, and I'm like, this patient has malaria. This patient has malaria, I might say. So I can do other things, I can do other things, like how the doctors write. So I can write a lot of things. So I can create this. So after creating this, you can see this is doctor's consultation, and actually the person who did it is around. So these consultations are always closed for people. Like this person is a receptionist, so they are not supposed to see these things. So they just say see private, private. So you have all these things. You can prescribe drugs. Um, so basically, what we are going to do here is now to request maybe a lab test. Now, which people did I do? Did I put on board? Let me say this is the doctor. Oh, I was supposed to forward this thing to the doctor. So I'll just be, let me add a lab maybe technician. And I say this person works, let me say from lab D2, then I register. So, so I'm going to take you through this. So all I need to do here, I'm just going to, let me say now I want, now this is a receptionist. Actually, let me add someone from the triage to make sure that we align very well. Let me say this person is in the triage room 1. So let me add, and I'm going to add one, let me say from the dispensary. So let's start here. So I'm going to click here. Then I'll forward this case. Let me say now I'm the receptionist. So I need to forward this person to the triage. Then I can say, I can give instruction, patient is very ill. Please, this is an emergency. Emergency, whatever spelling it is, don't worry about the spelling. So I'm going to forward this. So after forwarding, you can see now it tells me the person who has this case, and me, I don't have access to this case, though I have access because I worked on this case in some way, so it's telling me it's in progress. But when I open it, you can see I can't do anything about the case. You get, and the fact that I have permissions to close cases. That's why I see this button. Otherwise, I would be seeing only currently the person that is actually working on this case. So now we forwarded this to Grace Piece. So now let's log out. Let's log out and actually log in as let me see. Think. Let me take this. So so you can say I have this this case here for me to work on. You remember the case I sent this person, so all I need to do is to open the case. So after opening the case, I go to the triage. I'm the triage person. So I fill in, I measure his weight, let me say 20. So I don't need to stand actually to do anything. I measure 20. I measure maybe height is 5.9. There's one person who is 59. Then the pulse, maybe I can measure the pulse. I don't know what it is. A PP, I can put anything. Temperature, I can put 41. CC critical, so I can check maybe critical, and already I have the symptoms and I update. So now after doing this, I need to forward this thing to the doctor to work on. So I forward this to the doctor. You get, so I just say patient needs immediate attention. So you can see I'm following. So if the doctor is logged in right away, this case will come. It doesn't need to reload the page. So let's actually log out of this place, of of this then we can now go to the account of the doctor, and I think this is a doctor. Okay, now when I come as a doctor, you can say I have this patient needs immediate medical attention. So I can open this same case, then I can see how this you can see updated page trial details. I can follow up how the patient has been worked on. Then I can come here and maybe I do, let me say, diagnosis, doctor's consultation. I look at the person, I be like this person. Maybe I might not, uh, this person, I might not actually do a doctor's consultation now. Maybe I look at the person and I talk to them and I feel they need a lab, maybe a malaria checkup. I just need to send this to the lab and I'm like, do a malaria and typhoid checkup. So I send this to the lab. This is someone called Chibuika. So that's the person who is in the lab. So you see, I don't have permissions to close the case, so I cannot close the case in actual sense. So we go to I don't know if it is Karu Ivan. I don't know. Let me, I don't know if I save these. This might not be the person. Okay. Sorry for this. Here. Now let me try to log in as an admin. I try to get the password for that. So basically this is the admin panel. I'm just going to go to employees here and I find out this person's email. So this person, it's this. So I just need to sign this person out. Let me. Oh, okay, we are in. So you can see this person now, he needs a malaria, like an immediate malaria checkup, and I can see their age and stuff like that. So now all I need to do is to come here. So there is a malaria test. I just put. So these tests you configure them yourself, but we have default ones which you can upload. Actually, also the drugs, we have default ones, and you can just edit based on how you feel like. Let me say positive. Let me say positive, and I can add maybe tests. I can add more tests. I can say patient is positive. So I save this. So this is not really. So they told me to do malaria test. You can say malaria test and typhoid. So there is typhoid here. I can say positive. Positive. So other notes positive on all requests. These three are notes. So you can say I've finished the lab. So I forward this thing back to the doctor who's working actually on the person. So let me say patient all positive. So I just forward back there. Now these are for big hospitals, but basically if you're a small hospital, let me say you have one doctor and the receptionist, and the doctor is, so when you send the file to the doctor, full stop, they do the lab, they do the what, I don't know if it's a small hospital how you operate, but if it's a doctor, he can do the lab, he can do everything, then just send you back for billing. So now I've finished with this and I've sent it back to the doctor. So I need to log in as a doctor again. and I find this file. This, you don't need to stand and carry files anywhere. So you can say I have this file here, which is on top. It's recent, and it's telling me patient is positive on all aspects. So I come here, can review what was done. Can review what was done. So I know the patient is sick of typhoid and malaria, so I have to prescribe drugs. So prescribing drugs, let me say this is for malaria. I say quantity. You give him this, then you give him like 3 tabs. I don't know what it is. So you just put ×3. Then you add prescription. Let me say for this is now for typhoid. Give him 4, and you do 1 × 4. You settle, and actually after this you just prescribe the drugs. So the drugs are prescribed. So when you come here, basically you're going to see these drugs are prescribed. So when you come to your activity tracker, you find the doctor has given this zinc sulfate, 3 of 20 mils, and they should take 1 × 3. Then you can follow up. So another thing which you have is actually the patient documents. You have the general reports of the patient, as you can see. This is a general report of the patient. So far they haven't issued any drugs. You can see the lab test for the patient and the malaria test and addition. So you can print these forms really, and the consent form, the treatment charts, the discharge, the referral note. You can just print this this thing, and you just give it to them and they go with it. So I need to forward this thing to the person who is in the dispensary. I think please issue drugs. So now this is for a big hospital setting, that's why we are taking time. So now I've sent back to the person responsible for issuing drugs. So now I will just need to log in like that person who actually issues those drugs. So now I will need to come to someone called, I think this is email. These are the users. Now this is a big hospital, some sort of a big hospital. So I have here, please issue drugs. So I go as a nurse, I just go to prescribe drugs. So I have 2 drugs to prescribe. I just issue them. So I pack them and issue them. That means that drug is not there, but okay, issue. Let's try this again. It's empty, so we need to remove this from the. So I've issued 1 drug, and when you come here, you'll find this drug issued. And also when you go to the patient forms, you will find, when you come to the treatment chart, you will find medications that this person is on and what was tested. So now you need to forward this thing. After you do this, you need to forward this thing back to the receptionist for billing. If you have an accountant, you send the thing to the accountant for what? For billing. So you'll be like complete, please. This is, please, this is for billing. So let me say you have selected this person, so he's the one in charge of your billing issues. So now I've gone back to the first person who started this call process. So now I'm on the first person who started the whole process. So I need to log in. So now I have this for billing. So now I have this, you see, all this. So I come here on the patient bill, leave that thing alone. It's not the normal. So I can see how the patient has been treated. Consultation was 0, malaria test, this 0, 5,000, 40,000. So there are chances that this person uh, is requesting for a discount. So you can actually give this discount and be like, give him a discount of maybe 1,000 if you're not. So, or you can forward this to the any person who had mean to apply this discount. So you can say, I've given this discount 1,000, so let me make the payment. So this person has insurance. This patient is covered by insurance. Please proceed with necessary verification or authorization process as required by the insurer. So if this person is registered under insurance, let me say they are on Jubilee or Excel, so I think they have their personal form, so they need to fill and verify. So for you to be able to use this, to use insurance to clear the bill, you need to first do what? You need to first make sure that this person actually is registered on insurance, or they are inside the hospital insurance. So now I clear the bill. You get? So now the bill is cleared, and everything you can see now, the bill is cleared. I have nothing like anything to pay. So this person, you can see when the case has disappeared, and that is the case, the way how management is done fully. You can see how simple it is. It doesn't really need anyone to really study anything. Then another thing I'll just introduce you to is the the POS, point of sale. In case now you're on a pharmacy scale and now you have point of sale. So the point of sale, these are the drugs you have. They can identify you that these drugs are out of stock. These are warning. Like now you can see this is warning, this is 0, this is out of stock, this is out of stock. You can find them here, but basically, let me see someone has come to buy drugs. You can just search here and you give them drugs. Let me say 2, one time steady. You add to cart. Then there is this quick complete. Quick complete, that means that patient is, you don't need really the records of that patient. You just click quick complete. Let me say I'm called Isaac Kayobe. I just issue and forward. Then I forward maybe to the accountant. You get? I forward this to the accountant and we are good to go. So you can see the thing has refreshed itself, and my computer is a little bit getting weaker, but you can see it has refreshed itself and it has cleared. That means I've sent to the accountant. There are also options now. This hospital doesn't have an option for the person who is doing the drugs to be the person who checks out actually. But there is also a setting where I can set it that I'm the person who receives the money who also does the cards. So after I check out here, I don't need to forward to anyone. I just issue and check out. There is also that option. So the requisition part, the way it works is that in case I need money or inventory, I can do a request. So let me say this is for funds. I can request for funds. Let me say anything. I can request for funds, cost per each, total amount of money. Let me say enter title. Let me say I want transport. I can say transport. So quantity is 1 person, 30,000. Then I add a request. Then I select the employee. So these are employees that are supposed to handle, admins are allowed to handle requests, requisitions. So one is this, you just select this and really you submit a request. So your submit request comes here. So now when they are during approvals of these things, sometimes they might require You can also request for inventory. So you just select, let me say this, and you say if check the problem, this is this a return item returnable? If check, then the product must be returned. No, I just issue that. I select this an issuing person. So I have this inventory, and when you check inside, you can say I requested for this. So for uh, for now, if you're required to, now this my approvals, this is if they send you some requisition for you to approve on your dashboard. You can also find them here and approve them, but basically this person doesn't have. So all this is tracked from the inventory, as I'll be showing you in the admin panel. So after this, I think most of the things, others are finance, inventory management and stuff like that, they are all there. But basically, let's go to the admin, and I'll call it a day. So this is the admin panel. So the admin panel gives you the hospital overview. It gives you the total revenue I've made in just this month. Now this is for this month, but you can decide to do today. You can see today I only made 50,000 from the other person. I was doing what? So I have 6. You can see all this. So I can also find out how much I've made in 3 months. You can see how much I owe 6 months. You can see I've been making in 6 months. You see this month, the top day I made 400,000. This I made 120. So you can find out. It's a big. It shows you a lot of things. So it also has the services. So the hospital has services. Let me say list of services: doctor, inpatient, childbirth, what, circumcisions, general scan. So all those services, basically they bill from here. Then they tell you most sold services and how much, most earning services and how much. So you can also view the sales list, how today this person issued served by this served by that. You can see the doctor's consultation has been 0. So you can find out from here. So for the pharmacy, it also has its own overview, tells you how much money Survive made and all these, the most selling product and how this has been going, and it shows you the drugs that are out of stock. You can see out of stock drugs, and also you can also have the drug sales. So you find out which one sold which drug, and then you have the drug which you see warning, where you see blue share is in stock, and where you see red, that is out of stock. So far there is no out of stock drug here, but you can also choose to select them from here, or you can also add a new drug. So you have classes, groups, and all those things. So you also have the lab. The lab also gives you this to show you how much money you've made from the lab, average monthly earnings. So you can see how this has been the most sold. Now this one is the most sold, the most tested one. So you can always find out from here, and I need a lot of these drugs, I need a lot of these test kits. You also have the inventory, and you also have the insurance schemes. Now for the insurance schemes, let me say I create an insurance scheme. So this is my insurance scheme. So I open this insurance scheme. So I'm going to find out, this is the maximum debt. This is so far how much I've used on this insurance scheme. This is so you can find out all the charges. Now this, when I charge them, when I pay bills, that's when I have this money increased. So this is, you can see unpaid bills are 2, and they give you can also add a lot of members. So far there are these to whatever members I can remove, I can add from the other side. So then I also have the ambulance section. So let me say you have ambulances at your grounds, you can set up your ambulances. be like I have these ambulances, like you can see. So these ambulances, on the other section of ambulances for active cases, if they are you request an ambulance, so our system will check people, hospitals who have ambulances around you, and basically they will send them SMSs, and actually we also want to put an option for with calls, so that these people are called directly and told this person and this needs an ambulance, instead of just sending a message to their phones in sort of an SMS. So you have your ambulances here, you can set them up. Let me say you have two ambulances, you can set them up, and here you can actually receive requests. People who need ambulances, the requests come here, and actually you approve them. So you have other things, you have finance, patient, then the HMS report, the my hospital, you can update your hospital information like these role managers, permission modules and subscriptions, what. So we have another thing that we are adding, which is called system AI. You're able to chat with your system, though this is not yet done. And the other thing is you can recover all deleted things. So if a worker deletes something, you can come here and actually go through it and actually recover it. So this is sort of trash bin for the system. So you can say I've been using the system. It's quite fast, and actually I'm using phone internet. I'm not using, those wi like that fiber internet. They're very fast. So if you have fiber internet on on your your hospital, it will be very fast. So even though you have like 20 workers or 40 workers that are actually using this system, it will be very, very fast. So with that, if you have any questions, please call me. Call our number, or you can come to our office. We are located at Nigeria Business Hub, room 12, the top floor room. And if you can also call our office number. It is 0393102 081. So in case you need more information about this system, don't hesitate to call. You can really get a good deal. But the most thing is that you just have to pay your setup fees. They're very little money. We give you 3 months when you're using the system, and as you're using the system, you understand how it works. If you have any few suggestions, you can also give, and we see how the best way to integrate them. But those suggestions should be actually a national standard, because this system is used by it's going to be used by many people. So with that, we catch up later on another session, please. Thank you very much.